everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is the big day. I am so excited because as you guys saw by the title, the big announcement is my 5,000 square foot garage, shop, warehouse, whatever it is you want to call it. You know, it's been killing me to hold this in. I've been wanting to tell you about this and to show you this for a while now, but I'm so glad that today's the day. Let me tell you that this was a process. It took quite some time to get, but I'll get more into that later. And you know what? A lot of you guessed this correctly in the comments, which I was surprised because I mean, at least I never thought that I made it obvious in any of my videos about this. And by the way, I know that a lot of you were expecting the Hellcat video to finish off the installation for the lower pulley, but it turns out that the tool that I got was Mickey Mouse, so I ordered another one. It arrived today, so I will be finishing up that installation. Enough of this because I know you guys want to see the shop. I want to show you, and I know that a lot of you have been requesting. You guys missed those cold starts, so you're in luck because today I'll be taking my Camaro, so let's get a cold start of it and I'll see you guys over there. This is it. Welcome to my new garage. And what I mean new, I don't necessarily mean brand new, but I mean new to me. This is the new garage for the channel. Now, I won't be working in here immediately because as you'll see pretty soon, and you probably can't see it behind me just because the light's shining on me, but I will give you a tour. It does need a little bit of TLC, but very, very soon I'll be moving in here. I'll be working on my cars. And honestly, still to this day, I'm so happy, first of all, and I still can't believe that this is my garage where I'll be working on from now on, and it's this big. I'm so excited. But guys, now that I have this shop, this garage, warehouse, whatever you want to call it, I want to come up with a shop name. So if you guys have any ideas of what it should be called, please leave them in the comments below. Nonetheless, enough talking, let me give you the tour of the shop. Now, like I said before, this is 5,000 square feet. And at least to me, this is huge. This is pretty big. I'm just comparing this to my home garage. You guys know my home garage is a 4-car tandem, so I can really appreciate the size difference and how wide this is. But as I was mentioning, it does need a little bit of TLC. If we start with the floors, so these floors are just cement, but from what it seems like, it does have a coating. It just seems to be a clear sealant here. And I mean, the floor has had its rough days. It does have stains. Now these are just scattered throughout the entire floor, and it does have a little bit of cracks, and it is very dirty and dusty. Let me tell you that, but that's an easy fix because that can easily just be cleaned and washed. And then here we go, an example of a huge stain here. Now I'll show you how this floor changes throughout the warehouse because once we go over there, it looks a little bit different than here. And now these walls, first of all, these walls are 24 feet, so huge difference from my garage. Guys, I can just appreciate all this space. Now they're not painted, so this is just like a brick cement color just from what it is. Now that is something that does affect it, at least from the way you see it, because you can see that the majority of the light source is just when I open the garage door. It does have quite a bit of lights here, but they're not the best lighting. But either way, that's something that I plan on working on and improving later on, because again, this is a project as well. I'm just so happy because it has plenty of space, which is something that I've been looking forward to for such a long time. So now if we move towards this area, now let me just point down to the floor. This is exactly what I was talking about. You see how it changes? So this is a different sealant compared to what was over there, which was just a clear one. And then if we keep walking, there's another one. This is different as well. So it does have a little bit of protection here. Now this is not epoxy like I have in my garage, but just to give you a perspective of how big this is. So I'm all the way here in the front corner from where I was. So I was all the way by that door. Look, it makes the Camaro look very small. So this is a lot of workspace, and I am just so happy that I get to enjoy this very soon. I just closed the garage door just so you guys can see and just have a better look at how it looks like without having that door open and all that natural light coming in. I could already tell that just looking by the camera, I do look a little bit more red than before, and you can also hear the echo here. It's a bit more now that the garage door is closed, but like I mentioned before, these lights are not the best. I do like that there's a lot of them, so I can easily fix that. They even look bright here on camera, but it's just not. I think it's also another thing, like I mentioned before, are the walls. Just this specific color, it's just absorbing the light, so it's not as bright. And another thing that I forgot to show you is once you start walking towards this area where the flooring changes with a different coating, these are different lights. So these are just smaller. You can tell that those two in the back are more yellow. This one is a completely different color from this, and then we have a missing light bulb there. Like I said before, this is a project. This is something that can easily be fixed along with the walls. Now let's make our way into the office. And this is it right here. So we start off with a nice, big and roomy reception area. At least I think. This is pretty big. And believe it or not, now this has this reception area here as well as that office. But this is pretty much around the same size of my home garage. I know it doesn't seem like it just because this one is a different layout. This is wider and the ceilings aren't as high, but this is pretty much it. And it's just crazy to know that this is about the size of my home garage. So once again, there's plenty of space here to work with in the reception area. We also have this office, which is a pretty decent sized room. And of course, I wasted no time. I already have internet set up here. I am ready to go, guys. So I really do like this. There's no issue with lighting here. It's really bright, which I changed these, by the way. It wasn't as bright here, but we also have natural daylight coming in from these doors. And there's also AC in here. So I'm very glad about that. It's really cool. And we have a window here. This one only opens from the inside of the warehouse. And another thing, so the evap coolers is good. I mean, the size of the garage is just amazing. It's a lot of space that I am just totally happy to just enjoy and just take full advantage of. But another thing that I was looking for when I was looking for a warehouse shop area is that it had a private bathroom. So this one has a private bathroom. I know this may not be a big deal to some, but it is to me. So we have one bathroom here. So not only does it have one bathroom, but it also has two bathrooms. So there's another one outside here in the warehouse. So let me just turn on the light. There's two bathrooms. So I am so glad for that. You guys don't know, you have no idea. Now when I was looking at some warehouses, they really didn't have that. So I'm really glad that this one does. But now that I showed you the entire area, let me talk about just the future plans and improvements that I have in mind. But let's start that in the office. I do plan on making this room my office. So I plan on having a desk here. And here on the wall behind me, I can have all of my YouTube stuff hung. I can have posters. I can have all other cool stuff here, which it's not that I didn't have the space or the room to hang it at home. It just feels a lot better here in my office that's actually here where I'm working on the car. So it just feels a lot more put together. Stepping out here in front of the office, we still have that big reception area here. So I think I will be putting another desk here just because, I mean, why not? I have all of the space, so I might as well fill it. And just because if I don't feel like being there, then I can just sit out here on this desk as well. And if Chris is ever here, then he can just have this desk if he just needs to work remotely for his job. Now, as far as the rest of the area here in the reception, I mean, it's pretty much just filling it up. So currently, what I'm thinking is that I'll probably bring my merch here. So currently my merch is still at the fulfillment center, and I do help them out from time to time when they get backed up, which has happened way too often. It's just become a headache. So now that I finally have all of this space, I'm thinking I'm just going to bring it here and then just take care of it myself. So I'll probably just have shelves here with all of my merch, and then here is where I'll actually be making the shirts, and just I'll have all the posters, I'll have all of the packing supplies. And I'm thinking something else that's very important, at least in this back wall. I think I'm just going to have a fridge here and then a table with a microwave, and the most important thing would be a coffee machine, because for those long nights where the videos take a little bit longer than they're supposed to, which happens frequently, I'll be prepared with my coffee. Probably just have a little seating area here. And I think that's pretty much it. This area is in really good condition. I like the paint. After changing these lights, which were, by the way, from Home Depot, it used to be like a yellow color here before changing these lights out. It just really makes a difference. The bathrooms, they need a really deep cleaning for both of them. Now, I don't plan on doing that. I don't plan on recording myself doing that. Being that this is a business, I'm going to treat it like one. So I will have a cleaning company just coming here and taking care of that. But other than that, now that we went over this side of this office warehouse shop, let's get to the most interesting part, which is the warehouse. So now that we're in the garage, I want to start with this area, which is the area right next to the office and reception area. That's where the floor has that different colored coating, because this is going to be my main work area. And again, I like the space and how wide it is because I can have several projects going on at the same time. So meaning if I have a car that I, for whatever reason, need to stop, maybe I need to just wait on a part or whatnot, I can just stop and have other projects going on instead of in my current garage where I just need to be backing it up, and then it just causes a little bit of frustration and a headache. So I will have all of that here, all of the current projects. And then in these areas towards the walls, that's where I plan to have just all the tools, so all the tool chests. I plan to have workbenches, basically everything that I didn't have any space for in my current garage, I do plan on having it here. Now, the other thing, like I mentioned before, is the lighting. And let me just put it how it is. The lighting here just simply sucks. That's the honest truth. Again, like I said before, that's just a simple fix. I mean, just moving here, you can see how the lighting is just different towards over there. But that's something that I do plan on fixing and just having that done before I start working and making videos, because A, I need better lighting in order to see what I'm actually doing when I'm working on the cars, and B, because I need the videos for you to actually be able to see what I'm doing and for you to see it bright and just presentable overall. Which brings me to something else. These walls, no, this two-toned that's going on is just not working for me. It's either white or just nothing at all. So having these walls painted white is just going to make a huge difference along with the lighting, because it's just going to make everything a lot more presentable and just a lot more aesthetic to the eye. I also plan on painting these plywoods here that are across the outside of the office. Now those are there for protection, which is a good thing, but I want it to match. So just basically everything here white. And now moving on to the other area here, this side of the garage is where I plan on storing my cars. So I chose this area here just because everything will be out of the way, and I can just have everything here towards this area to the side, and then therefore all of this open area here will just leave me enough room to just maneuver and then just drive in with my cars. If I ever need to just, let's say, park a car here temporarily, then I can do that as well. So that's why I chose just to have everything here, the storage for the cars. Now another thing is, because like I mentioned before, this does have 3 evac coolers, so I don't want to have, well, you don't want to have cars parked directly under it because they will leak and that will damage your paint. So you don't want to do that, which by just seeing here on camera, it almost looks like the Camaro's under that, but I promise you it's not under that cooler. I made sure when I parked it because I don't want my paint to be damaged. So that's what this area here is going to be. Now this other open area here, like I said, I have no plans for it at all, at least for now. This is just going to be a big open area so I can have enough room for cars to drive into my work area, or just cars to drive into the storage, or if I ever need to just park cars here temporarily, I can, and I don't have to be worrying about all that constant back and forth of turning cars on and off and just backing them off, which it's just a headache, honestly. You guys see the condition of the flooring here. I will have someone come here and they are going to clean it, they're going to scrub it, they're going to pressure wash it. So I'm not sure how it's going to look after they're done with the floor. So as of now, that's the only plans that I have for the flooring, and I just want to see, maybe it'll get rid of the stains. I'm not so sure, so we'll see. Once it's clean, then I'll determine what to do. If I do put a protective coating, maybe like epoxy or something, it'll just be in the work area because this area really doesn't need it. I think it'll make a huge difference once they come and clean it and wash it, but we'll see. The last thing, which I know you guys are probably wondering, is security. So that is a huge thing because of my cars that they're going to be here. And I did have someone come already, and they already assessed the area, so I will have an alarm and also security cameras installed. So not only for security, but also because this is the first time that I'm actually going to be this far apart, this far away from my car. So I think I'll probably be getting more on the camera, at least monitoring it, just to see my cars, because it's not like I can just step out into the garage and just get into my cars or just go into the driveway. So I think I'll be missing them, but I'll be able to watch them there. So that is it. The cat is now out of the bag. You guys already saw my new garage. It feels so good to finally have been able to tell you and show you. I no longer have to hold this in, so I can share now every single moment of this garage with you guys. And by the way, please don't mind the desert rally looking Camaro behind me. It rains and it's pretty dusty outside, but that's going to be taken care of. From now on, you guys can expect a mixture of 2 different types of videos. So installation videos, although I probably won't be doing large installations at my home garage. I'll still be working on my cars, but just not anything major. I do have, well, once I'm finished with the red eye, which is going to be really soon, I do have something cosmetic to install to this Camaro, which will be the diffuser. So I'll do that over there. And then I'll also have videos with this new garage. So just, you know, like all the improvements that I spoke to you guys about, I'll record that, and also the moving process. And then something very exciting is when the Shelby engine is finally done, it is going to come here. So I have plenty of space to work on that project. But in all seriousness, thank you guys so much. For those of you that watch my videos and watch the ads, this wouldn't have been possible. This is like a goal of mine that I never knew I had or wanted when I first started YouTube. I remember starting, you know, with my GT350, a bare bone garage. Then I got another car, and then fast forward, here we are in this brand new space of mine, which I really do appreciate you all for it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.